This week on the Unqualified Gamers Podcast, the boys talk about Rainbow Six Siege 2, Marvel Rivals mid-season update, and Overwatch major changes. But anyway, episode 106, ladies and gentlemen.
I knew it.
Episode 106. We're here.
Like I knew it was coming. We did it.
We did it. A lot this week. A lot's going on this week. I'm still unemployed. I lost my hat. Can't tell. Can't find my hat.
I think that's the worst part of it all. I think the unemployment's kind of okay, but the losing of the hat.
Well, I cleaned my entire office. It's like the cleanest it's ever been. Probably cleaner than when I moved in here.
Did you put your plastic forks together, or completely ditch them, or do you still have them in like separate drawers?
Plastic. This is my office. I don't have plastic forks in here.
Well, hold on. You don't have like a small. You don't have like a small container of like plastic forks, knives, spoons, and shit in your office.
Random.
Oh, why the fuck would I? I have random bolts and nuts and shit.
Dude, I have even random pairs of chopsticks down here because of.
I do have chopsticks down here.
Okay, you don't even know how to use chopsticks.
What's the little small plastic drawers? Do you have some of those under your desk?
Yeah, I got two.
Yeah. There was like two different drawers that had plastic forks still in the plastic wrap from whatever food you ordered.
Okay, then I do have those because I haven't cleaned the drawers out. Okay. Yeah. I haven't cleaned the drawers out. Yeah. But no, typically, like if I get Chinese food or something, you bring it home, and I would eat my Chinese food here, but I would get a fork from upstairs. Like
you'd be authentic because you'd get a different. I was about to say you'd be authentic. Use the chopsticks and put the fork in the drawer.
No, I don't. I don't know how to use chopsticks very well. I bought my own. Bought some nice ones.
Yeah, all right, we are not going to Korean barbecue. I am not going to have you sitting there looking like a fucking savage.
We are going to. That's the only reason I'm going to Ohio is for Korean barbecue.
Why would you go to Ohio for Korean barbecue?
What?
That's kind of all right. Hey,
Zeus sends me pictures from there. It looks fucking amazing.
Oh, it is. Like Kai, you've had Korean barbecue, right?
Oh yeah,
I never have.
All right. So
I'm cultured.
Okay, so CC has never had squid. He's never had octopus. Like the thought of it apparently makes his skin crawl.
I tried squid one time and I didn't like it. It's just chewy and fucking. Okay,
here's the calamari. When we talked Italian place.
Yeah, when we talked about it, he's like, no, he's. You said you'd never tried it before.
I took a bite. I've never had octopus. I've had squid. I tried squid one time, and it was like a piece like this big. It was disgusting. No fucking thanks. I love shrimp. I love lobster. I love fish. I love all kinds of seafood except for that nasty shit. I even like fried
sushi,
clams.
apparently.
I love fried clams. Yeah, I mean sushi's not my thing, really.
Are you getting gas station sushi, or are you getting like actual sushi from?
That's exactly what I said when he's like, yeah, I don't eat sushi. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, the only places you have around there are fucking like gas stations. Although I have bought it at a truck stop before. We've talked about this. There are some really nice truck stops between like LA and Sacramento. Because there's that like 400-mile distance between the places, and you've got Love's, Flying J's, and stuff like that, like on the way out there. Like the I think it's a Love's out in Button Willow.
Okay,
amazing place. It's about an hour and a half from where I used to live, and so it was one of the places that I would stop and grab food, grab drinks, or whatever. Because then, if I filled up there. In my old truck, I knew that I had enough gas to go all the way up to Sacramento, do my week of work, and then get back down to that gas station again. So, yeah, it was a 38. It was a 38-gallon tank, though. So I mean, it was.
Listen, I had sushi one time. I had weighed in for the fights. Okay, so I was already like dehydrated, and I hadn't eaten for 4 or 5 days at the time. I hadn't had any water for 3 days, but I was drinking. Rehydrating, and I went on a date with this chick, and she wanted to go to this Chinese restaurant, and I'm like, probably not a good thing for me to fucking eat after. And I ate a bunch of sushi, and I was so fucking sick after that.
Okay, hold on. What you're saying makes what you're saying makes zero sense. You went to a Chinese food restaurant,
and they had fresh sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah, so it was a Chinese buffet, but they also had a sushi buffet.
No,
And I was
that's
just
not
like,
good sushi.
nah, man.
That's not good
No.
sushi. No.
No.
That's you're getting like California cheap rolls, and the ingredients are most likely not fresh. They're probably using yesterday's rice.
Yesterday,
Yeah,
probably. I don't
you gotta,
know.
no.
It's
You gotta
just-
go to an authentic Japanese spot and get some good sushi.
I would just
is what
hate
you
to
need
go
do.
and waste fucking money though, because I don't
Here's
think
the
I'm
thing,
gonna like
well,
most of it.
Try it.
There will
with somebody
be
else's.
zero waste because I'm gonna say, hey, I'll even fucking like feed it to you since you don't know how to use
Mhm.
chopsticks. I'll like go here you go, punishment, and you're gonna go and I'm gonna put it in your mouth,
You know what?
and
I'm
then
gonna
you're
work
gonna have
on
one
that.
of two reactions. You're either going to be like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing, or it's already in your head, you hate it, and you're like going to be have a disgusted face.
Let him
you
try. Let him try a fried one first or cooked one, and then try a raw one.
I'm gonna fucking work on my chopsticking. Okay.
So I'm of the opposite mindset for that whole thing because a lot of the fried ones actually have a fishier taste to them, I feel, and
I
also
love fish.
like a butane taste.
Oh, I don't know. I don't get that. Well, I guess maybe that's where you're going. Maybe they like fry it over an open propane, and then you're in trouble.
I mean, I guess I only get normally I get seared, and so when they're searing it with like the torch, it like I don't know. I can taste the butane. I'm not a fan of it.
I went to a Japanese restaurant in Davenport. It was like an hour away from here, and I ordered my meal, and it came with like 4 pieces of sushi, and I did like that. I ate all those.
Don't stop talking about sushi now. Let's just move on. CC doesn't know anything.
I just got
sushi.
like you only have to go
if
to
you're
a
getting
sushi
4 pieces
restaurant.
of sushi, you're not in a sushi restaurant.
All right,
so
this is what we're going to do with them. All right, we're going to go in. We're going to sit down.
Oh
we're going to start you off with some yellowtail.
They're going to kick me out,
all right?
bro.
No, you're fine. Just
if you ask for 4 fucking pieces of sushi, I hope they kick you out.
No, if you try to eat it with a fucking fork, I'm gonna kick you out.
Can I eat it with my hands?
I mean, if you want to be a Neanderthal, I guess you can.
Okay, I could probably pick it up with. I could probably pick it up with my chopsticks.
It's okay. I will talk to them. They have little training chopsticks. They put like a rubber band with like a little piece of paper, so you can just yeah, Kai knows. But we're gonna start you off with some yellowtail. Yellowtail is very, very light. You basically taste everything, and all you do is get the texture of the fish with a little bit of soy. You'll be fine. From there, we move on to salmon. Salmon has a little more flavor to it.
I love salmon.
Stop talking. So we're going to get you a little bit of salmon at that point, and we're going to put a little bit of lemon on there, and you're going to try that, and that's going to have a little more flavor, and that's great. Tuna has a little more of a fishy taste, so you may not like the tuna.
I like tuna.
And then when we get into like the freshwater eel and stuff like that, that has a very strong taste. And myself, I can have it. But
I don't want no fucking eel.
Don't tell them it's eel. You never tell somebody that there's eel on sushi because then they think it's slimy, disgusting. They think of the creature. You just give it to them and see how they like it. And then you tell them there's eel on it. Then they eat it.
That's my mom's the same exact way. Like, have you ever had oh my god, what the hell is it called?
I give up. What?
Haggis.
Oh.
Have you ever had a haggis?
Yes.
The name actually sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
Okay, so haggis is an Irish, or I believe it's an Irish food, and it is cooked in like a sheep's stomach, and it's basically almost like a corned beef hash type thing.
Yeah,
that's cooked in a sheep's stomach. It's a little bit grittier. And my mom, I took her out to this like Irish festival, and she tried it. She's like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" I didn't tell her what it was until she was like halfway done. I'm like, "Yeah, you're eating sheep intestine." She's like, "Ugh," and just starts retching, and I'm like, "It's all in your fucking head, woman." Like,
you know me with raw chicken, Zeus. It's not fucking good, bro. It's not good,
all in your head.
It's not good.
I touched it.
No, it's fucking heaving instantly.
So Cece.
It's bad.
I was over at his house.
It's fucking bad.
And like he's in the kitchen, and whenever his wife wants to get back at him for something, she makes him like take that membrane off of the ribs, or makes him peel like the skin off the chicken. And the entire time he's doing this, right? He like has one hand on it. He's like putting his hand on there, and all of a sudden you just it's like every like
I can't fucking
seconds,
stop. I can't stop. It's terrible.
Something funny. I bet if my wife is watching this right now, if she hears she instantly just goes so she's probably watching.
That should be a new TikTok. You need to make her throw up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send her. She doesn't have TikTok, but she watches that.
Yeah, no, but that's a new TikTok. You need to fucking record yourself making her actually puke. Like
that sounds
start doing that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She'll be more mad than when I scare her. So probably not the best idea, babe.
All right,
put a comment down below and yell at CC. Remember,
Kai's wife. I just want you to know I am 100% against what CC is saying right now. Don't hate me. I am not the bad influence on your husband.
Before we go any further, before we get to the list, I don't want to say this dude's fucking name, but he left a comment that I don't fucking appreciate on our fucking YouTube.
Oh man, was it on YouTube or was it on Instagram?
Yeah, it might have been on Instagram. It's on Instagram. It's on Instagram. My bad. He said grown men, by the way. We were talking about Minecraft, and he's like, grown men, so, by the way. Like,
he's so sour about that.
Fuck you, dude. Like, we can't. Hold
on.
Video games, bro.
Wait.
It's Ruka XO.
Are you just now getting to a comment that was left like 2 fucking weeks ago? Do you not read your comments? I've commented on that already.
I don't see your comment on that. I see Kai's comment on that. But yeah, I just saw it today. Was it today I sent it to you, Kai?
Yeah, it was today.
Yeah. No, anyway, I don't. Yeah, I have a screenshot of it right here. But here's the thing. I'm really good at getting back to comments. Actually, I'm very good at it.
That one has like 1,000 comments. It's hard to get to everyone.
Yeah, that video has over 500,000 views by itself. It is by far our biggest video. It has 500,000 on.
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, Ruka, 500,000 other people like it. So yeah,
Jesus. like 32,000 people like it. Relax, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Granted, 32 is still more than this fuck, but still.
I'm just saying. I don't like this guy, and I don't like his comment because grown men play fucking video games, bro. Oh yeah, just so I would fucking say something.
I have a friend who's like 40 years old, basically, and he plays Fortnite. So I mean,
crazy.
Come on.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I actually did play. We did play Fortnite the other night. No, I guess Zeus didn't make it in time. But I played with my cousin Plucky for a while. Did we end up playing?
So
anything?
So this is
legal name or
Plucky.
So CC, because he's unemployed now, thinks that my schedule is going to change because now he has all this free time.
Yeah.
I already have a schedule that's pretty much set around whenever this dude's going to be on.
Can I explain your schedule?
No. So I don't come downstairs until like 6, maybe 7 o'clock my time, which is like 5 or 6 o'clock his time. He doesn't get home until like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
I don't leave now.
Whatever. This motherfucker now is like calling me or texting me or whatever at like weird ass hours. He's like, "Hey man, it's like 1 your time. Why aren't you downstairs already?" So this morning I called him at 11 o'clock my time. I was not
fucking happy.
Right? And this motherfucker has been waking me up almost daily for the past like 5 months.
Waking you up at noon?
Yeah.
I wake you up at noon or 1. He woke me up at 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay, so again, my schedule is still based on California time. So waking up at 11 is like 8 a.m. because that's the time.
They say that jet lag is supposed to be like 1 day per hour.
No.
Off by 3 hours, it takes 3 days to fix that.
No, it's not that. It's we stay on that time because that's the time that Mrs. still works.
Yeah, she works California hours.
So we still we stay up until like 2, 3, 4 in the morning because that's the same as staying up till like 11, 12, 1, and we're still on that cycle of California time.
Yeah.
So this dude's calling me at one point at like 9 in the morning.
No.
That's like 6 a.m. my shit. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I want nothing to do with you.
All I'm saying is gamer friends get up and play a game. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Get right, Kai. Thank you.
So I came down, right? I told him like, yeah, I'll be down in like an hour-ish, whatever. And I normally, again, I come down between 6 and 7. I came down at like 6:20, and apparently he had just logged off. I played Fortnite by myself, waiting for him to come back. He comes back and he's like, yeah, I don't want to play anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go touch my old lady's butt. And then he went upstairs and that was the end of it.
I'm having trouble finding a game to keep my interest right now. I
sat there for 3 hours waiting for this man to decide what game to play. Because
if he was good at Marvel Rivals, it would be Marvel Rivals, but
by the way, I hit Plat 3 on Marvel Rivals. I got tired of waiting on CC because
I'm one game away from level 10. I played 4 games today.
Do I have
2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, we went to bed, and he's like, "Yeah, I've got nothing to do tomorrow morning. By the time you wake up, I'm gonna already be level 10. We're gonna get straight into ranked." It's been 2 weeks, and I'm taking your words, and you said,
"Dude, I need
don't
a new
wait
game
for me. Do whatever the hell you want." I'm like, "All right, fine." So we can't play comp now.
I mean, the close thing was that. So Marvel Rivals is February 21st is their update, right? Where they're going to introduce the Thing and Torch, which was already confirmed add-ins, but now it's like given. So they were going to adjust ranks down by 4 divisions. So with you being plat, you were actually going to drop back down into gold. But there was so much,
and that's
feedback.
What I saw at first, and that's why I started playing again. And that's why I'm like, okay, cool. I'll get myself into plat. I just won't go above plat 3 because if it drops me 4 ranks, I'll be back down into what is that? Silver 3, gold 1, something, or sorry,
silver 3,
silver 1, or gold 3, or whatever the fuck the bottom end of that bracket is. Yeah,
silver 1. Yeah.
But I thought, I'm like, okay, fine, I can do that. And then the following day, we get the next email saying, "My bad, we're not actually doing that." And I'm like, oh, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, I think they're still going to have new costumes for ranked play if you hit gold and above and stuff like that. But you have to play at least 10 new games in the next update in order to get the skins. So they took away the dropping of your rank, but you still play the 10 games and you should get those new skins.
I've been I've been playing Battlefield 5 quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah, I've been playing that quite a bit. It's in the best state that it's been in, but I'm not good at it. Yeah, so
I'm still just waiting for the next one. I know you guys talked about it last week.
Looks really fucking good. Yeah, it looks.
It does look good.
Did you watch the trailer on it?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before we get too far away from Marvel Rivals, Overwatch 2 has finally. I didn't see it anywhere on the list or anything like that. So
I just saw that stuff today. Yeah, I was going to save it for next week, but we'll go over it.
Oh no! This is huge now because they just released all this stuff yesterday. As of recording,
I just saw it today. Yeah.
So they are launching season 15 3 days before Rivals new stuff launches, and oh my god, I think Marvel Rivals single-handedly saved Overwatch by being just a fun game to play.
I don't want to say it's saved yet, but it definitely lit a fire under Overwatch's ass.
Oh my god, dude. Sure. They're bringing back so many of the old abilities, but you get to like pick between things now.
Larissa has her shield again.
Yeah, she has her shield again.
About this game.
I mean, it's only like 600, but
the thing is,
but still, and time.
It's still. They are going to do an open queue for 6v6 competitive, but they're limiting it to 2 tanks. So you can have 2 tanks and 4 DPS if you want, 1 tank and whatever it is, but you just cannot have 3 tanks. You can have a max of 2 tanks and then everything else is open.
Did you see what else they were doing for that rank?
Are you talking about the arena that they're bringing in, or the Coliseum, or whatever the hell they're calling it?
First person to third person. They're gonna have the ability to go into third person mode now.
Okay, that I don't like. Fuck it. Overwatch is dead to me.
Yeah, you can choose
fucking hates third person.
I don't know if it's going to be like, so PUBG has the ability before you enter a game, before you enter a lobby, you can choose between first person perspective or third person. I don't know if it's going to be like that or if you can switch in game between how you want to view it.
So there is 2 characters that I can think of off the top of my head that have an active third person view. And it's Brigitte and Reinhardt. When they have their shields up, you have a pseudo third person because you have a slight over shoulder with their shield, right?
Right.
I don't like the idea of third person in that, and Rivals is actually shown what's so bad about it. You have these like high damage flank characters. Viva La Dirtly did an amazing spoof on the whole thing where the dude has his nose to a wall and he's like, all right, so there's like 6 guys over on the right side. There's a grenade launcher, and the guy behind him is like, how the fuck are you seeing this? You're staring at a wall. So
yeah,
I'm not a fan of it. I've never been a fan of it. It's like, if you can't see it in line of sight of your character, you shouldn't be able to like meta game the game you're in.
Well, that's what I told
guess-
CC when we played PUBG. I was like, we got to go to first person because third person is still, for kids and amateurs. Like, if you want to grow up and play a grown-up game, you got to go into
that
first
game
person.
was even fucking made to play third person.
Which one?
Fucking PUBG.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
no.
it came out third person.
But anyway, some of the other things, Scattershot is back for Hanzo.
Mhm.
Bastion is getting his like big explosive tank rounds back. There is a super like cancerous ability with like Mei where you can extend the duration of a Mei wall to like 10 seconds. And then if you then ice block right after it, there's only like a 2-second downtime between your ice block and a Mei wall. And apparently the ice block now does an AoE damage if you pick that talent.
Damn.
So you can do AoE damage while you're in your ice block and you're invulnerable, and then you could throw your Mei wall back up for 10 seconds, and you could just there's gonna be a fuck ton of balancing.
Ana's alt now will alt and nano whoever you're choosing, but also herself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so you have to choose between that or being able to have headshots with your rifle, which means, and Flats was testing this out, you can 2-shot a Widow with headshots now.
Thanks.
So that's fucking nuts.
That'd be nice, though.
There's so many things that are going on with it. We could do an entire video on just those abilities.
Overwatch, yeah. It's pretty crazy the amount that, but it's not a surprise with Marvels. Yeah,
I'm not.
I still don't know if I'm going to go back to it. I still think Marvels would be.
So here's my thing with Marvel is that Marvel is a fun game, but because of how over the top everything is, I don't think there will ever be a true competitive, like an esports type thing with it. It is way too much individuals doing their own thing. It is not really about the team play. It's about the 2 dive characters and then just like steamrolling whoever's left.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
I don't see that being a very fun thing to watch, especially when even like watching right now, you go and watch like the #1 Spider-Man, like Necro or something. It's weird, and you watch him and you're like, oh, okay, I'm seeing him do the same combo 7 times over. This is fucking boring. There is no other like team play involved. So Overwatch has always been much more in that competitive thing. They're bringing back, I guess, some kind of an Overwatch League-esque thing. They're not going to call it OWL. They're going to call it something else. Like I said, I'm looking forward to a lot of the stuff that...
I just feel like it's too little too late, in my opinion, but maybe not. I don't know.
I mean,
there's a lot of hardcore people out there that really like Overwatch.
But I mean, yeah, there's diehard. I mean, really, there is for any game, but there's definitely some diehard Overwatch players out there that are still. I mean, Mercy now has like a linking when she does like damage and stuff, like damage boost and healing boost and stuff like that. It links if players are close enough. I'm like, holy shit! So
BAP window automatically heals as you shoot through it now. It has like a
what's her name? Sombra. She will passively heal if you throw her teleporter and teleport.
So they have a passive heal already, but you have to be out of combat for like 4 seconds or something like that. It's now just starts as soon as you throw the teleporter. Lucio, while you're wall riding, you can gain 4 ammo per second. And Flats was doing it in just a circle, and you literally never run out of ammo if you just hold down the button. It's again, there are so many things to go over on that whole thing. Just know that I think Overwatch is back. I think they're finally listening to their player base. I did for the first time see very weird pronouns on one of their game developers. It was she, they, any.
That's a new one. Any is a new one.
That was a new one to me. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
I will say one good thing that they did was bring back loot boxes. They finally brought back loot boxes.
Yep.
So
I've been waiting for it because I do like collecting skins. I have, you know, hundreds of skins, if not thousands of skins from Overwatch 1. I don't buy battle passes. You know, I'll do the free stuff, but like if I can't earn the skin through like playing the game, I don't fucking care anymore, you know? I did think about getting the avatar stuff. I thought about getting some of the Cowboy Bebop stuff because it looked good. Not for $50 fucking. I'm not paying.
Sea of Thieves is probably the one thing where I put money in. I'll say that. I like
Fortnite.
different
I put a lot in.
Well, we know that about you.
Yeah.
Come on.
World of Warcraft is where I spent all my money, and
that makes
anyone that's played it, they've all spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Speaking of WoW, do you want to? It's not on the list. Do you want to go over Tyler 1's?
Tyler 1 leaving OnlyFangs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Ooh.
Zeus is about to get into this shit because I still don't understand what the fuck happened.
Oh,
my boy,
ahead.
Thor, 100% redemption. Because you know how they were saying that Thor, Pirate Software Gaming was like a roach because of
roaching out. Yeah.
So Tyler 1, all right, they put him as the raid lead for Molten Core, and they are fighting this boss called Baron Geddon. Baron Geddon has this ability. Every once in a while, he'll do a bunch of AoE damage, and the longer he does the AoE damage, basically each tick of damage does more than the previous one. And then that's one of the mechanics. You need to run out and you come back in. You keep fighting. He puts a living bomb on someone. They need to move away from the raid. Very, very basic WoW stuff. But they had a person that doesn't really play WoW, raid lead. Fine, whatever. It's going okay. It's going okay. It's going okay. It comes up to that point and he says, run out. And he's like, no. Finish it. Kill it. People start to turn around and sorry about that. People start to come back to start killing it. And then their deadly boss mod, basically one of their add-ons, goes off. And over half the raid fucking ditches him, even though the raid lead is calling out, finish the boss. These like lifetime WoW players are running out, including the dude that was in that Pirate Software thing, calling him a roach, that was leading that party at that time where all that heat came from. He was one of the roaches as well. I forget the dude's name now.
Yeah, but I remember. Like, he said he blinked twice and it was gone. Like,
yeah.
Wasn't losing any health the whole raid or nothing.
And so Tyler 1 lost his character. A couple other people lost their characters. And so Tyler 1 had an entire like hour-long video where he had like timestamps for those people's people's streams. And he's like, oh, let's see what this person did. Fighting. Oh, and they're in fucking Thunderbluff now. Let's see, check this person out. Fighting. Oh, they're at the dungeon entrance now. Like they just all bailed on him. And he's like, you're all a bunch of fucking hypocrites. And he even felt bad. He's like, this is what you crucified this man for. This dude got death threats for these things. And you're all doing the exact same thing and worse, because the call was stay and fight. Like that was the call made by the raid lead. These dudes fucking pieced out.
So this could be it for OnlyFangs then, right? Could be. We'll see.
So here's the thing. A bunch of the OnlyFangs people that do play WoW as a full-time thing are not the big streamers. Yes, they play WoW at a high level, but they're not the big name streamers. They're all hoping for that one clip that's going to stand out in an OnlyFangs raid and is going to like get them big.
Right.
They're hoping that, 30 or 40 of Tyler 1's followers or whatever are going to go over and watch, whoever it is on this other account.
Right.
There's only like one person that even carries any kind of weight in the WoW community more, and that's Peekaboo. The dude's amazing at PvP. The dude is amazing at just playing the game. The guy is just really fucking good at WoW. He carries his own following. Everyone else is just hoping to like ride coattails.
Right.
So chat is constantly going, and they apparently they never shut up. They don't listen to call outs. They're all trying to get their one snarky comment in.
Right.
And Asmongold did an amazing segment on it where he's like, this is why I didn't go in there. This is why I didn't want to do this, because they're all fucking losers. Right. And I don't want to be a part of their drama. And he's like, I called this from day one when this shit started, that this is what was going to happen. So Pirate Software, I was with you from the beginning. CC was with you from the beginning. Kai was Switzerland, but I think he was leaning more towards being with you. You have your redemption.
No,
fuck them OnlyFangs people.
The Multichat App is, what is this guy?
So there's a guy named Pixelfire Games, and he works on chat triggers. He's been working on them for years. Basically, you go into a stream, he changes the skin of his avatar and all that good stuff, and he decided that he wanted to make an app that was based off of the chats, because he was tired of having viewers on one platform and then having to go in and see the different chats, all that good stuff. So this I think there's other multiple chat apps out there, but this one is going to be the only one.
Restream does this.
Yeah, so this is going to show the viewers from each platform at the top, and then this is going to be one of the only ones, or one of the first ones to have TikTok chat inside of the chat. So that'll be a first.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be released in a couple/few weeks. I don't know exactly, because that was like the last video he made, and I tried to check up on it, but there was nothing else about an exact date or anything. But he's going to release it for free, so people will be able to use this Multichat app to.
Have you heard about the Twitch stream together thing? I know you haven't streamed for a while, Kai.
Yeah, when you and DrZusse are streaming together. Yeah.
Yes, he's
yeah.
been
Okay.
there for the collabs.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd seen that or not. Yeah,
we talked about it.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, but it works really well.
So in the chat itself, like on the stream itself, you can't tell who it is that's chatting, like what stream they're from. But on the OBS overlay, you can tell because it have our little icons next to whoever is chatting from the chat.
On my chat, it shows me whose room they're in. Like not in OBS.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then it shows
it might be something you have to turn on. I don't know, but yeah, mine shows. My chat shows. Yeah. But yeah, it's really nice to be able to see.
So the multi-chat thing, is that going to be for all platforms? That's what it
looks like. It's going to be for
But is it going to be one of those like really shady, like, because you have to give them your API in order to do that kind of stuff, which gives them a lot of, it gives them a lot of information about you.
You're going to have to wait for it to be released to figure all that out. I don't know.
Like Restream. Have you ever used Restream before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Restream has like Facebook, everything, and you have to attach all your information to that too. So.
Yeah, I guess I feel a little more comfortable with like I guess at some point he will be a established thing. But for right now, Restream is a very established and well-known company. This is just a dude that we're giving our information to. So it's a little iffy for me at that point, but I can understand the appeal. And I mean, it would be kind of cool.
I mean, once it comes out, I'm sure there'll be people who will be using it and making notes on it and all that good stuff, reviewing it.
So Cash App has a lawsuit right now, huh?
Everybody's getting sued.
Yeah.
I think at least once a month we have somebody who's getting sued.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, $175 million in penalties and refunds. That's a big chunk of change.
Though. Well, I mean, if you've ever
really used Cash App,
about Cash App, they're kind of sketchy from the get go.
Okay.
The tattoo artist who did this tattoo, my memorial, he had a client who came in and like cashed apped him some money for the tattoo, and then when the guy left, a couple minutes later, he refunded the money.
You can do that?
Apparently, I didn't know that.
Oh,
you can actually do that with like almost all of those types of apps.
You can't do it with Venmo. Once you send it on Venmo,
nope,
really?
100% you can. So Pirate Software actually does not accept donations through Venmo because of not Venmo. Maybe it was PayPal, not Venmo.
Venmo. I don't.
It was PayPal.
PayPal. You can. Yeah.
And the problem with PayPal is a lot of people were giving like $1 donations and refunding them, and then it would cost
him like $10, right? $10 bucks.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, it cost him more, and so overall he was going extremely negative because people were donating $1 and just taking it back, and they would continue to do it a lot, and it would just rack up how much he was having to pay PayPal. So he got rid of PayPal.
I know PayPal's got issues with that, but I don't think I've ever heard of Venmo. Because I use Venmo all the fucking time.
Yeah, I always use Venmo. Once you send it, they have to send it back. You can't.
I thought so, but I didn't know Cash App was that way either. But only person I send money to Cash App is my brother. So
yeah, there's only been a couple people I've used Cash App through. People who like clean my car and stuff like that. But I never really received money via Cash App. Well, except for the girls I work with. Sometimes they would send me money via Cash App, and I just deposit it. It was no big deal because obviously I trust them more. But the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, advised that Cash App had failed to adequately protect users from fraud, which had included like the poor customer service that they had. And for a long time, they didn't even have a live support for a long period of time. No one was a live support at all. They had to try and do everything.
A lot of people actually, I have a card for my Cash App and a card for my Venmo, but a lot of people use that as a bank account. I didn't know that. But a lot of people will use that like as a bank account because you can get a little debit card. I have one that says CCPunishment on it. And you can I always thought that was kind of cool.
I mean, it's like when you pay people, you just pay through Venmo, or they pay you through Venmo. It's kind of like you're just doing quick transactions because it's so much faster than sending via Zelle or like
I've never used Zelle,
in your account.
but hey, that's cool. I'm glad that that's out there.
There's a lot of places that only accept Zelle though, because Zelle is through the bank, like specifically through the bank. I mean, I think I always have a little bit of money by either going out or coming in on Venmo. I just kind of leave it there because it's going to go out again anyway.
Right.
But I don't think it's ever exceeded like $200. Like I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't. I always would just transfer it over if it's more than like $100. But yeah, I know I've seen people use like Cash App cards. I'm like in Venmo cards. I'm like, that's crazy that people actually like use that as a debit card. But I mean, it technically it is a bank. So I mean, I don't Venmo's owned by PayPal now. So yeah. I don't know.
One thing with this Cash App thing too is all 175 million isn't just going to go back to people. It's only 120 million will go to the customers, and which I'm hoping, I'm like, please be me. But 55 million of it will go to the CFPB's Victim Relief Fund, which I don't think that has to do specifically with this case, or maybe it does. I don't know if it's going to be a separate fund held for them. But it's going to go to that fund specifically.
Probably people got hacked or something, I would guess.
Well,
I'm sure there's a lot of different things when it comes to them in general.
There's another lawsuit, and the only reason I know about it is it's a class action against like League of Legends, because I keep getting like this little ad on like Instagram about you maybe owed money by Riot. I have no idea what it is, but it's just one of those little sponsored ads that keeps coming up. I don't play League. I've played, I think, maybe 2 games of it in my life. I don't know why I'm getting that feed, but yeah, apparently they have something going on where there's a class action with them. So if any of you guys have played League and feel that they've screwed you over, you might have some money waiting for you. Just go and check it out. Either do it yourself, join the class action, whatever you want to do. I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm just kidding.
Awesome.
I'm just
Goblin
not that
Cleanup on Kickstarter reached its goal in 1 hour.
This actually looks like it's Kickstarter goal. Yeah. This looks like a pretty fun game, if I'm being honest. It kind of reminds me of like a mix between Lethal Company and Power Wash Simulator. Basically, you're a goblin crew, and you can have up to 4 people. You go through a dungeon, right? You're always wondering like what's happening after you go and try and fight a boss, and if you die or win or whatever, what happens afterwards. You're basically playing that intermittent part where you're cleaning up the dungeon of people who tried to come through. You have to reset traps. You have to clean up. But a lot of the traps are even still active. So you have to try and dodge traps while cleaning up. And if you die, then your teammates have to clean you up. So that's kind of funny. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, there's a demo available right now. So it's kind of cheesy. Looks kind of cheesy, but
it's supposed to be releasing this year. And I think early access is supposed to be coming out soon. But it did show a demo on the page. So, I mean, it looks like a funny, just like one of those silly, funny games you would play with your friend, kind of like Liar's Bar or something like that.
Right.
Just something silly.
Do you have to like lure a dragon back in with you or something, or do you have to like hatch an egg? Or
haven't played the demo.
I have no clue. It's on there, but
there was an anime called Delicious in Dungeon, and same kind of a thing where they had these little like just magical things that just repaired walls and like cleaned things up after the explorers went through or whatever.
You mean I'm wondering if
that's not Harry Potter. This is anime, not. I got you though. But yeah. By the way, CC, if you're just gonna go straight down the list, you got to have some kind of a segue into things. You can't just like jump into the next category. Come on, like try to make it.
Yeah,
natural.
You've got to go. 1 and then 2, kind of like how Rainbow Siege had Rainbow Six Siege 1, and now they're coming out with Rainbow Six Siege 2. You just do a smooth transaction.
You know what I mean? Thank you. And of course it's a leak.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm just trying to keep things going here. I'm trying to keep things moving along here.
It's the hat. He's now a trucker, so now he's just like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep doing.
I don't.
Rubber ducky. This is big honk honk. We're just trying to move along here.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rainbow Six Siege 2, or as it's going to be called, Rainbow Six Siege X, is.
I'm surprised they didn't do this a long time ago. I'm surprised they didn't do this a long time ago.
I know. Well, they were initially going to do the year 10 update, but they decided instead of doing a year 10 update, we'll just make it a second one.
They deserve to make money off it because so many people still play the fucking game. They deserve.
There's
to
a lot of
more
people.
Money. Yeah.
I'm waiting to see when like Jinxie picks it up. I've seen some of the gameplay and like people are saying it's super smooth. It reminds me a lot of Ready or Not, with just like how the gun and stuff looks. It looks a little bit more.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously like it's probably going to be on 5, Unreal 5, I would guess. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad. I'm so like I said, I'm surprised they didn't come out with Rainbow Six Siege 2 a long time ago because the game's been around for 10 years. And
yeah,
I mean,
almost 10 years.
So like good games take a long time to have a sequel. It's not COD where they're trying to like come out with a next game every like 36 minutes.
Well, you also have to think with COD is they're not making a game every year. There's 3 different studios, so it's taken about 3 years to make each game. Yes, they release one every year, but it's Treyarch or Raven or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, 10 years is just a long fucking time. I
think that's a good amount of time for a game.
No, when you get
3 years, all you're getting is the same maps with a new skin on it.
No, you're right, but like, I mean, the game's been huge the entire time it's been out, so I'm surprised it didn't.
Oh, sure. Well, actually, it had a pretty big downfall. Jinxie brought it back, so it wasn't huge the whole time. It just kind of picked back up.
I know my nephew's played it for a long he loves it. So
I played it for quite a while. Travis always tried to get me to continue to play and do ranked with him, but I was just like, "You're not going to want me in that party, buddy." And he tried to tell me that I was good.
I played it a lot when it first came out, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it when it first came out.
But
now it's like everybody knows all the fucking angles and shit now, and like they like know everything now. So
yeah, he would tell me I was good at callouts.
I think I'd rather go play CS:GO. CS:GO is another one that it took years to come out with CS:GO 2.
Yeah.
And or CS2 or whatever you want to call it, but honestly all they did was just update it. It's still like the same game. They just updated and they did it really well. Is Siege going to still have Siege and then X? Is it going to be 2 separate games, or are they going to do what this like new thing is where they just merge?
Yeah.
Where they just
I feel like it's I haven't heard anything about it being merged or the servers for the first one being shut down. I haven't heard any of that. Not saying it's not going to happen. I just haven't heard it. Okay. I do know that Siege 2 will not have the limited time games that Siege 1 has. It's going to have its own games. So in a sense, it should be kind of its own separate game. My thought would be they will not get rid of Siege 1. They'll allow the players to remain there, still get packs and all that good. Maybe they'll do some updates for a while. Or the fact that they're not doing the year 10 update, that they'll end it and make everybody jump to Siege 2. I don't know. I'm not sure at this point.
It's hard telling. I guess nobody will know until it happens, right?
Yeah. I mean, the game might release as soon as this year, so we could have an answer soon.
It'll probably release on Steam, right? Because Valve has had some major updates on Steam lately.
See
there we go. Now we see it, huh?
Look at that.
Look at this guy. Little boy's growing up.
They're banning all Steam games that force players to watch ads. So all the games that are banning people to watch ads. So we talked about this morning, me and Zeus did, and I was not able to play Battlefield 5 today. It would not load. It just kept telling me it wasn't available. It wasn't available. That lasted for about 2 hours, and then I was able to play it. So because EA is a big one that's causing problems.
We talked about it on the podcast like a while ago when EA first kind of announced it.
Yeah. And
now, like, obviously Valve was like, well,
don't fuck with Steam, dude. Don't fuck with Steam. That's like, that's the biggest fucking thing.
Ish. It's like, yes, ish. So the reason I say ish is that, like, yes, Steam is a great place to get a bunch of games in one place. But a lot of times you have to use their own launchers anyway. Like if you want to play EA games, you still have to go to the EA launcher. If you want to play a Boulder Gate game, you still have to go to what is it? Leon something.
I was able to play Dark Alliance 2 through Steam.
Yeah,
okay.
some you still can play through Steam. The thing I like about Steam is it's all right there. But
that's it. It's it is, convenient. but it isn't a thing that it has to be there. The one thing that does draw a lot of people in is Steam achievements, of course, as we've talked about before.
Well,
but
and they have like good deals on like sales constantly, so that's awesome.
I'm sorry, G2A outdoes Steam because they just have cheaper prices for Steam games.
Yeah, but when you buy it on GTA, you put it into Steam. So
well, that's where their access is, and that's where a lot of the cards are. But you can actually get them in other places. It's just that when people buy them, they normally buy in bulk. You know, these what are they called? The numbers, the Steam codes. You buy them in bulk, you sell them individually, you make some money off of it. But I've gotten, $50 games for like $3.
Yeah.
And then of course, G2A also has, if you just want to, like, this might be something for you, CC. You can go into G2A and you can get like 10 random keys for like $4. And it will give you just 10 games. And you may have them, you may not have them.
I've done it before.
And yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of them. I think that's how I got Risk of Rain. And I ended up getting Risk of Rain 2 because I had a lot of fun with it.
Risk of Rain 2 was a lot of fun for sure. We talked about that on the podcast too, and you guys told me I was dumb, and it's a good game.
I never played it.
I was about to say, whoa.
Yeah. It was probably
the other guys I was with.
Yeah, don't group me with those degenerates. I would 100% play Risk of Rain 2.
It was pretty fun. I will say, EA, they didn't just stop at like the ads that were being played into major games, but also ads that were like rewards for watching an ad to get, whether it's in-game currency or whatever.
Yeah.
That's also a no-go.
So I actually learned recently that if you want to play some of your favorite mobile games without ads, you can get them on Steam. And because of this whole thing, they don't have ads in them at all whatsoever.
Oh,
so
nice.
Some of those, yeah, I learned that.
Can I play it on my phone still, or is it playing on?
So I don't know if you have like cross-platform progression or not. Here's the thing though, most of the games that I play, I only play the games. I don't play them with a mandatory reward. I play it if I want to watch a thing to get a reward, I will do that. But I don't do anything that has a mandatory.
Like, I think what he's asking is like, can you download
the game on your phone? Yeah, if I download it on Steam.
Again, I think it depends if that game offers cross-platform progression. So like some games offer it, some games don't. I think. Wait, doesn't COD doesn't offer cross-platform progression, right? If I have it on Battle.net, and it does now.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because it didn't for the longest time. Where
from console to PC, I think it does.
PC,
I believe so.
I think it's all based off of logging into Activision.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while.
They also put out a warning kind of thing for games that have like early access, and you have to look at like the last time they did an update. So there was a game, it was called Last Oasis. Their last update by the devs was 2 years ago. So people were getting the game and they're pretty much like, this is probably some sort of scam. It's probably a game that's never going to come out. You're paying for an early access, and in reality, you're just giving money away for a game that's never going to come out. People just put this in there and.
So Last Oasis and those developers did it like 3 different times though. And so I think that's why they were being used as the example in whatever you were looking up. Because they came out with...
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you about to say?
I was just saying, we're going to have a game developer. We were supposed to have him on this week, but we're going to have him on next week who is actually put a game on Steam. So that's kind of some of the stuff we're going to learn is like what that process is like. And stuff like that. So I'm kind of interested. That's something I'm super interested in hearing. May not be an episode, maybe an extra video that we drop with him. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure out when, because he wasn't feeling well, so he asked to postpone and reschedule. So, but yeah, I have a ton of questions. That's why I think it'll probably be a secondary episode, like a something, an extra thing.
With your fireplace in the background, we could do CC's fireside chats. Like,
damn right we could. That's my heater, man. It's nice and toasty in here right now.
But going back to Last Oasis, the developers, they made a game, and it it was early access only, and they ended up just not doing anything else with it. They made another one. I think Last Oasis was like their 3rd attempt at it, but it was the first one that caught a lot of people's attention because it looked good. Like, I remember when this game hit early access, and it looks like a lot of fun. It's basically like a base building, open world type thing where your entire base is this like machina type mechanical walker, and you're going across the desert, and you're using this as your like mobile base. So it looked great. I really wish that it continued going. I think they started another game outside of that one. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep trying to do this kind of stuff, but I'm glad that Steam's doing something with it.
Yeah, that's good too. Because like I said, Steam seems to always have the best interest of the players in mind. Like when games, I can't remember that one game that was just massive, and then the game studio like shut down like a week after and said they weren't going to give out any refunds. And it seems like, no, you're giving out refunds. I can't remember what the hell it was. It was like
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
No, it was like a zombie game. I can't remember. The Day After or something.
Oh, yes. I do remember. I think it was called The Day After.
I think it was. It was because I was super excited about it. And yeah. Thunderbolts, May 2nd, Marvel Suicide Squad again? Going what?
Going against there was a T missing there.
Sentry.
Against
Okay,
Sentry.
yeah.
So Sentry is basically like the Marvel Superman almost. And there's like a point in the comics where he switches over to like a dark side and kind of like uses void energy and stuff like that, and has different powers and stuff. You actually see it in the preview where he's like, all he does is lift his hand and he turns people into like shadows on the ground. They just turn into dust.
Like Dr. Doom power.
He's very strong, and it's just crazy to me because this is going to probably be another one of those movies that probably should have been a show. Honestly, should have been some sort of TV series type of thing on Disney Plus. Because really, I don't think they should be able to beat him with how powerful he basically is, and the crew. I mean, it's like Bucky and Black Widow and stuff like that. Either way, just a bunch of heroes that aren't exactly like overpowered fighting a Superman, basically. Just kind of crazy. I don't know. It's coming out May 2nd, so maybe people want to see it. I don't know. Did you hear about?
I'm actually going to the new Captain America this weekend. So
that's why he's not coming out.
Today.
Yeah, I don't care to watch that.
That's why
I've heard so many horrible reviews on that movie already too.
I don't care.
It's been okay. Well, I mean, watch it. Do what you want.
I would come out and try to make you go with me, Zeus, but no, I'm going to go see it this weekend.
Yeah, thank you for saving me from that. I have no interest in seeing any of those things. Like I'm like Kai, you just describing what this new movie sounds like makes me not want to go see it at all. It just sounds like every other.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know if he's seen Endgame for sure.
Okay,
Zeus.
Oh,
okay.
Who hasn't?
It doesn't excite him to want to watch it.
Yeah. Who hasn't seen Endgame?
I mean, I'll talk Endgame up. Endgame's a great
fucking right, dude.
That one I'll talk up. That one will make him sound excited to go watch it. But yeah, Thunderbolts. I mean, it's kind of like Eternals. You know how Eternals just kind of flop to like a lot of people. I think that's how Thunderbolts is going to be. I think Thunderbolts should have been kind of like how what was it? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it should have been something like that. That's how I feel like.
No, I agree. I agree.
So recently I went onto Disney Plus because Miss and I have been watching all the Star Wars movies, like in order of theatrical release. So we watched 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. We've seen 7, 8. We haven't watched 9 yet. I know it's bad, but we're going to finish it just to finish it.
I think it's
and then
good.
she's like, hey, why don't we do Marvel next, after we finish this stuff? So I went on to the Marvel thing, and it's just like MCU canon. There is so much random Disney junk that they've just thrown into this thing. I have no interest in wanting to see any of it at all anymore.
The Loki show is actually really good. I actually really
Moon Knight was amazing. Also,
Moon Knight was great
again. Yeah,
I need to. They do have a thing on Disney Plus where it'll go in chronological order based on the movie. So you'll like watch Captain America first, and then
I think he saw that, and he saw like a bunch of the fluff shit that they put in. Yeah,
right. Yeah. And so,
but it all makes sense. It all ties together.
It does. Cool, I mean, if you want, just skip it.
But I'm not gonna watch like 7 seasons of a trash show because it falls in line with this shit.
I think all the shows are only 1 or 2 seasons. I don't think they go that.
There's a reason there's only 1 or 2 seasons.
The
Well,
ones
because
that
it floats into the movie.
the ones that I would watch would be Loki for sure, because that makes
Mhm.
it makes a lot of sense. And which introduced you to the TVA, which is a big part of Deadpool and Wolverine. And then I
Yep.
would watch WandaVision. Big part of that.
That one's not bad. Yeah.
And I didn't like it, but I would watch it. I mean, everybody else seemed to like it. I didn't really like it. Other than
I thought
that,
it was
though,
okay. I didn't
other
think
than
it
that, I think you
horrible,
could probably skip all of them. But they do, like, those two do tie into the rest of the MCU and brings everything together.
Moon
Otherwise,
Knight,
you're gonna feel
Moon
like
Knight
you're
was
missing.
good, but it was its own.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
So.
But yeah, it was wonderful. It was one of the best. I might have even enjoyed that better than Loki, to be honest. And I'm a big Loki guy. I love Loki, but I thought that was really well done.
I like Loki too much. People are probably gonna yell at you in the comments for that, but
that's all right.
I
can take it.
One other thing, I think we can save the rest of this for next week. None of it really looks like it's something that's urgent by any means.
Well, PlayStation servers being down for right here it says 24
that's what the last thing I
heard.
talk about. Yeah.
I heard it was like a couple days. What I was hearing.
It was 24 hours.
Okay.
It was all over TikTok when it went down and stuff like that. And then apparently, now I checked with Racy and Roger, and Racy wasn't able to look, but Roger looked and he couldn't find it anywhere in his library. But people were saying after the shutdown, where they were saying that they were hacked, and the way for them to shut down or stop the person from hacking the servers or anything like that was just to completely shut them down. But apparently after that, people were like turning on their PlayStations, and Concord was in their library. Not installed or anything, but it was in their gaming library as if they had purchased it or something.
Oof.
But Roger said it wasn't in his, or at least he didn't see. I mean, he had like 208 games he was scrolling through, but
did they give him anything, like any PlayStation bucks or anything for the shutdown? Like, hey, sorry about this.
I think they were
like
giving them
3 days of like free
PSN
PlayStation Plus or something.
5 days or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
dumb.
5. Yeah, I fucking hate that. Drop with 24 hours can be a long fucking, like, if somebody, like, think about somebody that like took a day off. They're like, I'm fucking stressed out. I just want to fucking play some games. You like take a day off of work, and that's the fucking day that shit happens. Ruins your whole fucking day. Like, that would suck so bad.
PC Master Race. I don't have to worry about it. I can play.
I mean, you're right.
I want.
You're right. You're right. But we're not casual gamers. We're unqualified gamers, dude. All right.
That's true. I'm pretty unqualified.
CC, you're pretty unqualified. Also, you can't even pick what game to play at this point.
Exactly.
So.
That's why I'm a part of the Unqualified Gamers podcast.
It makes sense.
No fucking
to me.
idea what I'm doing. Yeah.
With PlayStation being on the ballot, do you want to talk about state of play?
Yeah, definitely. So this was pretty big. I thought it was a game that was coming out, but it was apparently like a showcase.
Yeah, it's like a PlayStation showcase, kind of like Xbox does and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a lot of stuff that looked pretty good. One of the biggest parts of the news was that Borderlands 4 is set to release in September 23rd.
The last two were. I'm not talking about the Tiny Tina one. Did you play a lot of 2?
Not so much.
I played the first one.
Okay, so this is actually kind of like a general opinion of the whole thing. 1 was good, 2 was great. Pre-sequel was trash. 3, they just tried way too hard to get back to what they were doing. With Tiny Tina being older and everything else, it just that's why they came out with, the whole Dragon's Keep thing. They took her back to being a kid because it was not well received at all whatsoever.
Was Tiny Tina's good or no?
Yes, the Tiny Tina in its own thing was a great thing. It's DLC that it was based off of, which was Escape from Dragon's Keep, an amazing DLC. It was basically they were playing Bunkers and Badasses, which was their version of D&D. And it's really fun. It made some of the best content in the game even better, but I have very, very low expectations for it because they've missed the mark, in my opinion, with the pre-sequel and the pre-sequel and 3. I'm not excited about it, especially with the movie flopping as hard as it did.
Yeah, movie doesn't have anything to do with the game though. But
I'm super
good.
excited about Five Nights at Freddy: Secret of the Mimic. Five Nights at Freddy was fucking fun. It was one of those games that didn't have a lot of replayability, but it was like $5. So I fucking loved it. I loved it. Was the jump scares. I loved every bit of it. So that
Well,
was
Never
that's supposed to be
touched
coming out
it.
June 13th, so that's supposed to be good.
yeah. Metal Gear
Way of
Solid
the Sword.
Delta looks fucking amazing. Looks fucking really good. I've seen that.
That's been known about for quite a while.
Yeah.
But they finally had the release date of August 28th, so Metal Gear Solid is supposed to be coming out. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
that looks fucking good.
Was that quarter 3 or quarter 4?
August 28th.
Yeah, and end of 3, very beginning of 4, because Q4 starts September 1st. So
They
if it's any
also
delays at
announced-
all.
Yeah, they also announced a newer game, Onimusha Way of the Sword, which is the newer version or newer game of it. It's basically the samurai version of Resident Evil. So I mean, it looked good. Like again, whenever they show these trailers and these type of platforms, they always look great. So it's hard to say if it's gonna be good or not. Lies of P has the Overture DLC that's gonna be coming out,
Never
and
heard of
then
it.
Lies of
This is
P.
a
We
pretty
talked
big
about
game.
Lies of P before. Yeah, it
Yeah.
got pretty. It was pretty big. It had a pretty good takeoff.
Yeah.
It looked fun. I was talking about playing it, but I just never. I don't know. There was just so many other games that I was jumping into that I never got Lies of P. But it looks pretty good. I mean, it's like one of those horror kind of action games.
Yeah.
And then Days Gone is getting remastered, and that's supposed to come out April 25th.
So that was one of the games that when
have
it
Days
came
Gone.
out, I wish that it was PC because I would have played the shit out of it.
Days Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
bought it. I bought it like a year ago. I only have an hour gameplay into it, but it's a pretty good game, I think.
It's one of those games. Also, I wish it had a multiplayer to it because it just
I
seems
thought
like
it did. That's why I bought it and I gifted somebody, thinking
Oof.
we were gonna play it together. Yeah,
and it wasn't me, so I'm
No.
now offended.
Yeah,
You know what, Kai? There's only like 3 things left on this.
yeah, we can finish up.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
the
I
thing
really,
is,
I really want
like,
to talk about Claude. Claude looks fucking amazing. If you've
Claude
seen
does look
that.
good. I mean, if you're a big Jurassic Park fan, Claude is
Yeah.
probably for you.
Basically,
I
it's
mean-
a action survival game where you're in the park, like in Jurassic Park, basically.
Well, I
So
don't
I'm
think it's
not
called
sure.
Jurassic Park, but
Well, yeah, right. But
yeah.
you know, that's what they're going for. But yeah,
Right.
it looks really good. And did it? They have a release date on that?
not that I saw. I couldn't find one. Not saying it's not out there.
Yeah,
I didn't-
the planned release is Q2 of 2025, so coming up here.
Oh,
So,
coming up 2021.
Yeah,
How about
yeah.
that?
It looks really good though. It looks really good. I'm excited for that.
Well, I mean, the plus side of that coming out is also the downside of Spider-Man: The Spider-Verse has now been pushed again. So originally it was supposed to come out 2024. Then they said
game?
2025. Yep. And then it was pushed to 2027. No, the movie. The second one.
Oh,
I
I didn't know they had a movie coming out.
or is it the game? I feel like it's the movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
confused.
know.
anyway, it's coming out now in 2029. Which,
Yeah.
Why even say anything at this point? Just say it's been postponed and just leave it at that. It's fucking 4 years out. No one's
Oh, it's 4 years.
2029. It's 2025 right now. Punishment.
Holy
Let's put it on our
fucking
thinking
shit,
caps.
bro! I didn't hear him say 2029,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure-
dickhead.
I think it's
just
supposed to
heard.
be the
I just
film.
heard the game that was released. I'm trying to find it. So, if it's a game or a movie, it must be a movie.
Yeah, I think it's the movie. They
Must be.
somebody was talking about it because they were like, "Oh, this one came out, and now it's like 5 years." I was like, "If you knew the Incredibles, the wait we had for the Incredibles, that was like a 10-year wait."
Right? The Spider-Man 2 remastered is on sale, on Steam. It's been showing up on. It looks really fucking good. But it also looked
remastered
really good
version?
when it looked good when it first came out. But it's still $60. I just can't do it.
Mm.
I find it cheap
I didn't
enough,
check how
I'll
much.
buy it.
Oh, it's not released yet. I'm waiting to see how much this is going to cost. But it's called Gang of Frogs. Frog is my favorite animal. All right, has been since I was a kid.
A frog?
But they have, yeah. So it's called Gang of Frogs, and it's basically like Helldivers 2, where it's a looter shooter. So I mean, it's like Helldivers in the fact that you got like a bunch of bugs and stuff, that waves of enemies attacking you while you're trying to do all this looting. So looter shooter kind of like samples, I guess. I don't know, but it's with frogs.
So it's Battletoads set in Unreal 5 is what I'm hearing.
Kind of, yeah, basically, yeah, pretty much.
I'm down. I kind of I'm excited about that one.
Battletoads?
All of a sudden,
I'm in.
dude. Okay, and by the way, Battletoads is still to this day one of the hardest games ever created. There
Back in the day when you
are
didn't have saves.
you didn't have saves. You had very limited lives. It was just to this
Even
day.
know
It is
what
still in, like,
Battletoads is.
oh my god!
Huh.
All
I
right,
know
we're
that's
gonna have
terrible,
to.
isn't it?
We're gonna have to educate you. It's a old Nintendo game. Don't worry, it's probably before your time. Something a little more your time would probably be Legacy Steel and Sorcery.
Never.
It's
Yeah.
another.
I don't think
It's
it's gonna be
another-
his type of game. That's for sure.
Okay,
Oh, 'cause
okay.
it's
I remember this now. Now I'm seeing it. I remember.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, apparently a looter shooter, or an extraction shooter made by WoW devs. That you have my interest, Kai. What do you know?
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be like a PvE, PvP looter shooter with up to 3 teammates or
Okay.
3-player team. So you can have 2 other players with you.
All right.
And then after each battle, you can upgrade your character in the city. I believe it's if you win that match, you can upgrade your character within the city, and then you would go back in and you'd keep those upgrades. So as you're winning games, you're getting upgrades.
Okay.
And then it's supposed to release February 12th, but there's like different tiers of what you can buy. You can do the $24.99, just the normal release, or you can get the Founder for $50 or the God tier for $60. And I didn't look into what exactly everything's going to include.
And this comes out basically tomorrow, huh?
Yesterday. Today's the 13th.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay.
February 12th.
Yeah,
So you can get it.
So, ever since CC is unemployed, his whole idea of days of the
Fucking
week are just gone.
It's
And
bad.
dude, he gave me so much shit for it. He's
Yeah.
like, "What do you mean you don't know what day it is?" And I'm like, "It doesn't matter what day it is. Like every day, all I know is either Missa works today or she doesn't work today. So it's either the week or the weekend." And here you are, punishment.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah,
Welcome
I'm
to
sorry.
the dark
I have
side.
no fucking. I don't even know what.
We have cookies.
Yeah,
And
I
then
just
what the
know
hell
it's
is this?
Thursday.
Oh, this is the best one. This is the best thing. It looks so fucking awesome. This is gonna be a TikTok right here. So it's called the Finalmouse Centerpiece keyboard. I looked up the Centerpiece Pro. It is a keyboard that has see-through keys, and it has a 2K display underneath the keys with its own dedicated GPU and CPU. This thing is sweet looking. Like you see like fish swimming, rockets flying across the keyboard. It looks legit. It's pretty. I want one, but it's $350. Kind of hard to spend that money on a keyboard when you are lacking on money. And then it's also it's also a 24-week wait to receive it. Now, I did see some of these keyboards on eBay for like double the price, obviously. Mm-hmm. But if you were to order it through the company, it's supposed to be a 24-week time to receive it. But then again, when I went to the actual website, they were out of stock at the time. So
okay, it looks pretty fucking sweet, but I need to be able to see the fucking keys. Sometimes I gotta look.
I've seen CC type. He sits there with his fucking one.
I do.
I
type fast as fuck that way though.
If you think you do until you meet someone who can use both hands. So there's actually on the F key and the J key, there's like a little knob at the bottom, a little up raised part of the key. That's where you're supposed to set your index fingers, and that's how you know
it's called
where
the home
you're at
row.
Yeah, I don't do that shit, man. I chicken peck like a fucking.
I'll be honest,
I look like a chicken on crack, bro.
Well, we called it hunt and peck. Yeah, but you look like a hunt and pecker.
I raptor claw. I use 3 fingers on each hand.
Yeah, this is what I do. I use these like this.
Yeah,
well,
so I also drive with only 3 fingers. So I mean, maybe I was just a raptor in a previous life. I
use all my fingers. Minus right now, I use this.
About to say, what the fuck? You're not using that hand.
I use this full hand, these 2 fingers. I got it.
So just before we go, I actually Missa bought me a cabinet, like a video game cabinet.
That's cute.
Not like the shit behind me. I'm talking about like the stand-up cabinet you get in an arcade.
Are you gonna put it? Where are you gonna put it?
Do you see the filing cabinet behind me?
Yeah.
Gone.
Right beside there.
It's going right there. That filing cabinet's gone. Like that's where it's going.
Hell yeah.
But it has Street Fighter 2 Champions Edition, Street Fighter Alpha, Third Strike, Second Impact. It has I think it was 21 of the Street Fighter games that haven't been brought to cabinets or haven't been re-released to cabinets.
Now, is it just Street Fighter games that it has?
I believe so.
Okay.
The entire cabinet is just for Street Fighter.
I got you.
And so it doesn't release until June, but she already pre-ordered it for me. So in June,
Be
I should
badass.
have
We're gonna have a new backdrop. Hell yeah!
Oh, it's gonna be fucking awesome. And that is, I'm gonna find somehow how to link it. That's what I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna run a fucking HDMI, whatever I need to around the room. That's what I'm gonna be doing. You'll have one camera here, one camera over there. You can watch my ass while I play. It'll be great.
Literally watch your ass from this camera.
Yeah.
Literally watch my ass.
I mean, he me, Chain. I mean, little kids at the arcade, man.
There was a guy at the arcade when I was there, and he decided to taunt me. He got like a lucky sweep off and decided to taunt. He did not land another hit for the next like 3 quarters he put in.
It was pretty funny. Just watching the kid just get up and like walk away. He was like, "Fuck this."
Dude, I was being nice. Like I said, I used to compete in tournaments against some of like the top people in the world. Yes, I got my ass kicked, but that was who I thought the normal players were. I thought I was trash at this game. And then I realized that like if you go watch Evo moment 32 or no, 37, I'm sorry. You'll see 2 of the people I used to play against, Justin and Daigo. Like they were the people that used to beat the shit out of me in this game, and they're world champions. So that's my story. Kai, you got anything else?
No,
we're in 11 minutes in. It's a long episode, boys.
Punishment.
Okay,
you got anything less to say?
I'm good. Whoever wants to take it away, just take it away. Take it all the way away.
Why don't you ever do the outro? How is it so hard to hit the pinned message?
I do the intro
intros
every week. It just doesn't. Then it would just be like, this is my podcast. No, you guys can do some voice stuff too.
Wait, because you say episode 106 and fuck it up half the time.
Well, in the very beginning, he also says this
if
week
you
the boys talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, so I record the pre stuff too.
Oh, by the way, if anyone is out there and wants to do the intro for us, just to get a different voice out there, let us know in the comments. Yeah, we are going to scrutinize you, but if you think you have what it takes to do the intro for us,
dude, I tried. I gave like Spooky a script one time, and she laughed the whole time through it. I gave a few other people, and they just like laughed. I was like, no, you just read it normal.
Missa said she'll do it, so I mean,
she can try it.
You can have her do it, but yeah, guys, let us know in the comments if you agree, disagree with anything we said. Or if there's anything you want us to discuss next week, you can catch the show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, or live on Rumble when it happens. You can also follow us on Patreon, Facebook, X, TikTok, or Instagram.